Fisk unit. Fisk unit. Alright, look. Hit the like button, hit the sub button, and hit the notification bell. You understand me? Subscribe to my channel. Join this Fisk unit army and get Fisk unit tough, okay? Shout out to the coach. Alright, shout out to the man who orchestrates the show around here. Alright, if Joe Shane is John Gotti, then I guess Brian Daboll is Sammy the Bull. Okay, wait a minute. Nah, I don't like that. Sammy the Bull was a rat, and John Gotti was doing too much. Okay, I don't like that. Let's try this one again. If Joe Shane is Albert Anastasia, then my man Brian Daboll is like Carlo Gambino. Okay, there we go. We got the boss, we got the underboss. There we go. All right, we had to reword that. But anyway, so when the underboss says that the boss is looking into something, it's probably because he's looking into something. He didn't go and say, yo, no, we're not looking in that. We're not interested. We love our wide receiver room like Mahomes did. You know what I'm saying? He didn't over glorify the receivers. He didn't cut off the situation. He didn't say no. And if there's one thing I know about the Giants is they're not liars. They're not liars. Because when the Odell Beckham situation was going on, Joe Shane was very open. Brian Daboll was very open. Yeah, we like Odell. We rock with Odell. We're going to do our due diligence with Odell. And they did. So I have no reason, okay? I have no reason to believe Brian Daboll is lying to us when he says we're going to look into Deandre Hopkins. Because he had every opportunity to say, no, we're not interested. He had every opportunity to say, we like what we have. He had every opportunity to ignore the question. Instead, he says, yeah, we're going to look into it. Joe and his staff, we're going to look into it. He's a great player. We're going to look into it. Translation, we want him. And he kind of slipped up and said, just like we did last year, we're going to look into it again. If you go back and watch the clip, he says, yeah, just like we did last year, we're going to look into him. So I'm assuming that they wanted to get D-Hop last year, but the Cardinals didn't want to do it because you remember the Cardinals. Well, I watched the Hard Knocks in-season Cardinal thing, so they was trying to really make a playoff push. You know, dudes is coaching for their jobs, woo. So they didn't want to get rid of D-Hop because D-Hop was the reserves. He was like the savior. So I get it last year. But now that they released him, and we've been linked to D-Hop a couple times in this offseason, why wouldn't they do their due diligence on him now that he's a free agent? So it's all you people out there talk about why would the Giants look into D-Hop or we can't afford D-Hop? Shut up. Stop talking about what we can and can't afford. All right, stop. I don't even talk about what we can and can't afford. The only reason why I say XYZ about Saquon Barkley is because he's a running back, and we all know running back lives don't matter. We know that. All right, but if hypothetically speaking, right, it's just hypothetically speaking, if Saquon was a worthy position, like an edge rusher, a left tackle, a cornerback, or I don't know, the defensive tackle we just paid, we'd find that money. We'd lift up the sofa. We'd dig it out the backyard, okay? We would find a way to get the money. We'd climb a tree, knock over the tree house. We'd go into the cookie jar. We'd slide over the refrigerator, bend down and get it out the secret spot. We would find the money for Saquon if he was a worthy position. He's not a worthy position. We're not gonna overextend ourselves for a running back. Didn't Danny get paid? Didn't my man Dexter Lawrence get paid? What do they have in common? They're worthy positions. Didn't we go out and pay for a middle linebacker? So, you know, at the end of the day, this whole notion that the Giants couldn't possibly be looking to DeAndre Hopkins because D-Hop wants, what, $19 million, I think? Giants fans, let me ask y'all a question. Who would y'all ever give the money to? Would you rather give Saquon Barkley $17 million or give DeAndre Hopkins $19 million? What would you rather do? Because I know for a fact that if you think Saquon Barkley is worth 17 million, but D Hop isn't worth 19, you could unsub from my channel. I don't need people like you on my channel. If you think DeAndre Hopkins, who's a $30 million wide receiver, go look at the market, is willing to take 19 million on a discount to join a team he can win with, if you think that's a bad deal, but giving Saquon Barkley more money than Christian McCaffrey is a good deal, you're not smart enough to be subscribed to my channel. You're not honorable enough to be a fist-skewing soldier. I don't support stupidity. I don't condone that. So at the end of the day, I'm not trying to take shots at Saquon, even though I might have just dumped a clip in him. The fact of the matter is, DeAndre Hopkins will win us more games than Saquon will. Bro, we just drafted a running back in the 4th round we can get busy with. I watched Devontae Booker play just fine when Saquon got hurt a couple years ago. It's a running back. Who the hell is Isaiah Pacheco? Who is he? Who the hell was Raheem Mostert before he ran for a gazillion yards on the Packers at the conference championship game? Running backs fall from the sky regularly. I would much rather have a number 1 bona fide receiver to pair with Darren Waller, and that'll complement these fast track team collection of receivers that we already have, than pay for a running back. So, if they want DeAndre Hopkins, no. If DeAndre Hopkins wants to be a Giant, he's going to be a Giant. This is not the Odell Beckham situation where he coming off mad ankle surgeries and he ain't played in a full year. This is not that. If Odell Beckham was healthy, if Joe Shane believed that Odell Beckham could still be Odell Beckham, he'd be a Giant right now. Let's call that what it is. But Joe Shane is like, nah, bro. I'm not wifing up a girl with 3 kids. I can't do that. Why would I wife up a girl with 3 kids when I can go get me a younger girl, or even a girl your age who ain't got no damn kids, who's still in her prime because she ain't out here smoking vapes and popping Molly on the weekends and getting drunk all day? DeAndre Hopkins is that OG 30-year-old girl who took care of her body, who's aging like fine wine, like a Eva Mendes or a Jennifer Lopez or a Rihanna or Beyonce, who's at 30 years old, they still look good because they took care of themselves. Odell Beckham got mad kids, got a belly, and the pants is loose now. We don't want that. We want the girl that took care of herself, aging like fine wine, like Halle Berry. Halle Berry was 50 years old catching bodies in John Wick 3, and she looked better than a 20-year-old. That's what Joe Shane looking for. He's looking for purity. So at the end of the day, I fully expect the Giants to make an offer to DeAndre Hopkins, but does DeAndre Hopkins want to be a Giant? Because Deshaun is his boy. So I hear that Deshaun Watson is recruiting him to go to Cleveland. If I'm DeAndre Hopkins, I would probably go to Cleveland. I know I'm Mr. Giant and I'm a Giants fan and this is a Giants channel, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If I got DeAndre Hopkins, who's my homeboy, recruiting me to go to Cleveland and play with Amari Cooper, they got Nick Chubb over there, like, I would probably go to Cleveland. So I'm not expecting DeAndre Hopkins to choose the Giants over Cleveland, but if he want to win, you know what I'm saying? If he wants to win, he'll come to the Giants. I don't know about Cleveland out there in the AFC. If DeAndre Hopkins want to win, he gonna come to the NFC, where the best quarterback in the NFC wears number 8 in blue, and get it popping. Because the best spot for DeAndre Hopkins is the Giants. When he was at his best is when he had Will Fuller. We got Jalen Hyatt. We got Slayton. We got a couple Will Fullers on our team. We got Saquon. We got Danny Dimes. We got Darren Waller. If DeAndre Hopkins comes to the Giants, he's going to eat, man. This is the best spot for him. This is heaven for a possession receiver like DeAndre Hopkins. This is heaven on earth for him. This is the best landing spot for him. The Giants, with the track team of receivers that we have, the monster tight end we have, the running game that we have, the bookend tackles that we had to protect Danny, the offensive masterminds in Daboll and Kafka, This is heaven on earth for D-Hop. This is the best situation for DeAndre Hopkins. We'll see what he does. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the unit if you're rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.